How's it hanging, everyone? It's Zigzag here. Welcome back to another Geoguessr video. Good to have you along today. Skewed World is a very difficult Geoguessr map in which you're always facing away from the road. The world records end up being really low on this map. The best ever score on this one is 20, and that's not been submitted to the leaderboard. So 18 is the best on the leaderboards thus far. Really, that is not a high streak, but there's a big reason, and that is because you're facing away from the road. So can we have some luck here today? I really want to push for this world record, so let's see if we can do it. So first one here definitely feels like Japan because of this low cam here. Even still, I think I may have been able to get it with this forest. I mean, these taller trees I feel like are probably more common in this kind of region here. And watch me be wrong. Nope, we were in the right region there. So yeah, that was a pretty typical Japan, and the low cam definitely helps out on this map. This one's interesting though. Very green. I think it could be USA. I think it could be north end of the USA. Otherwise, like somewhere in like northern Central Europe, maybe like Belgium or one of these other countries that has quite a bit of like forest that's very green like that. I don't know. That's just what I'm thinking, but I think I'll go for US, maybe near Canada here. And it ends up being in Slovakia. Yeah, so that does make sense, but okay, we lose our first one on one, which is unfortunate, but that is the way this map goes. You have to take the difficult rounds with the easy ones, and this one's interesting because we got a yellow front plate here, so even though it didn't really feel like North America or something, I guess we must be there. Or it definitely felt like North America, but even though it didn't feel like a northern state, I guess New York or something like that is where the yellow plates are normally found. And yeah, it was Long Island there, so didn't really get that vibe, but we'll take it as our first round. And this one's Lesotho. I mean, these mountains are just absolutely typical Lesotho, so we don't really have to worry about that too much. Near Maseru ends up being correct. Okay, next one is unofficial coverage. I want to say that when you get unofficial coverage, you just skip the round and move on. So if we are going for a world record here, we'll just say we're on 2 now. Okay, next one here. This looks to be somewhere in Asia or South America. I kind of felt like Malaysia might be a decent shout here. Could also be like Colombia or something like that, I think. It's kind of tropical, but a bit hilly. Yeah, mix of different like tree species here. I kind of like Malaysia best of all, but I mean, this could easily be wrong. Ends up being correct and only 122 kilometers away, which is really good for Malaysia as well. So we'll definitely take that. And this one feels North American, I would say, although this could easily be a European forest. So this is another one where I could see it being kind of like, you know, this kind of region here or US. And we already screwed it up once, but I don't want to be discouraged when it's actually the better idea. This little like border on the side of the road, this little piece of concrete, I don't think I've really seen that in the USA. So maybe this is Europe, but that's not good news. That's not good news. Like, yeah, Belgium, or whenever I see this, I kind of think of like this kind of forest cover. I think of Belgium. I think I will go USA, just because it's more likely there's more locations here. This is a bit of a meta game, but I'm expecting it to be over here, but it just seems more likely. Yeah, it was in Poland. I was thinking of Czechia, but not Poland anyway, so that was going to be a tough round. I mean, some of these rounds are just streak enders, and there's nothing you can do. This one, however, feels gettable. Greece feels likely. Rusted guardrail here. I think with these islands and this kind of like landscape like kind of shape, Greece is exceptionally likely here, so I'm just going to send it in, and it ends up being right there near Patras. Shout out Nakas. Yep, 63 kilometers away. Let's go. Next one, this looks like a Mexican sign. This font on the sign feels very Mexican to me, and this also looks like an octagonal pole, so yeah, Mexico is fairly safe here, I would say. Ends up being in the north, so it's good. And the next one, this is a very Asian-looking wall here, and we also have bamboo. This low cam camera will also like factor into the decision, but this would have been an easy one for Asia regardless. And you can see I even got close there, 21 kilometers away. So yes, very clean indeed. This one, however, I would say is Nigeria, actually. Okay, let's break this down. This house in the background kind of looks quite Nigerian to me. That language there is definitely Latin alphabet, but it's kind of hard to tell what it is. Do we? Okay, so it's kind of hard to tell where these are pointed as well. I think Nigeria is quite likely here. Also, this black and white curve, very, very common in Nigeria, but could it also be Southeast Asia? Could it be Malaysia? Could be Malaysia again. I would love to be able to tell which side of the road we're driving on, honestly. It says stop there. Interesting. So maybe... Ooh, if that is the entrance, right, if this is the entrance, then maybe we are right-hand drive. So that would make sense for Nigeria, because I feel like otherwise the entrance would be on the left side like that. I could be wrong, but yeah, I'm going to go for Nigeria for that reason. Let's try Lagos here. Ends up being correct. Let's go. Benin City. Okay, excellent logic. Happy with that indeed. And this one feels like Portugal. We got these holes in the pole over there. Okay, we're going to actually make it to 5 here. So 10 is my goal for this video. Obviously, I'd love the world record, but that's definitely hard. But 5 is solid at. So let's see if we can continue on with that and see if we can get another 5, string them together here. This one should be Senegal. I mean, we have a rift right here. It's a pretty big rift. You don't really see those too often elsewhere. It's definitely Africa, so I think the only other possibility here really is Nigeria, and it feels more Senegalese, especially with these dashes, 1, 2, 3 on the side of the road here. So I'm just going to guess near the capital here. See it? Ends up being right near Dakar, and so we are on 6. This is a very good score. We're driving. It almost looks like we're driving left here, actually. So I guess this is Britain. Well, I thought it didn't really look British, but I think we must be there with the yellow rear plate and the white front plate there. So I think we can easily send it. I don't think there's anything else to say here. It should just be like Southern Britain or something like that. And it is. Let's go. Okay. We are going very solid here. This one feels like USA, possibly Mexico. Okay, sun solidly to the south, so northern hemisphere. It's good to know. I would say with the sun that solidly to the south, and it feels a little cold, I would say this is USA. I want to go like Wyoming or something like that. It's kind of ugly. No offense, but yeah, not my favorite looking place. Let's try it. Ends up being in Wyoming. Yeah, Wyoming's not the prettiest state in my, well, I'm sure in like the greener season it's nicer, but yeah, in the winter not so nice. Okay, this one should be USA again actually, so we may actually move to 9 here. We could get world record on this. Just saying. We're halfway there almost, and I believe without the front plates here, this should be USA. The house looks much more American to me. If we were in Canada, I guess it would be like Ontario or... No, but we'd have front plates. I just don't see where this would be in Canada apart from Ontario. And with the lack of front plates, I just don't see it. I just don't see it, honestly. So I'm just going to send it in here. Southern states somewhere. That's my imagination. Nova Scotia, come on. Oh, man. Didn't feel like it to me. I was getting overconfident there. But that was a really nice run, regardless. Maybe I could have gotten that. Maybe I could have. It gave me a southern vibe for some. The house felt very United States, so that's just the way I saw it anyway. Yeah, definitely let me know if there's anything there that would switch you to Canada, but regardless, let's see what we would have gotten had we made it onto the next seed here. Winter coverage here in Generation 4. Sun should mean we're in northern hemisphere. I was kind of liking like Romania here, or not entirely sure. I'm just going to go for it because it is round 1. Ends up being Romania. Okay, so we would have survived. It's good to know. And the next one would have been, I guess, Mexico. It looks like a Mexican bollard here to me, so I think I'm just going to send it quickly. And it ends up being correct. Man, we would have been on a stonking streak here. This is such a shame. This one feels like Chile to me. I would say Chile over any of the other countries, so I'm just going to go for it. Also, we're on a low streak, so why not? Yeah, ends up being way northern, but man, I'm starting to get annoyed. Snow on the outside of the road here. This one's a hard one. I'll probably lose it here. So we would have gotten about this far. Say we had have gotten that last Canada round, that would have taken us to 9 plus 3, 12. It would have been equaling my PB at least. But let's see if we can do this. Feels rather Bulgarian, maybe? I could see Bulgaria with the snow on the outside of the road. Hungary is also possible with winter coverage. It's very flat for Bulgaria, so from looking north, it is very flat for Bulgaria. Maybe Hungary is more likely. Italy, I could see, maybe, with the winter coverage. I don't think it's Kyrgyzstan, but yeah, we'd see more mountains over there, I'm sure. Okay. Strange one, though. Could be North America as well. Let's not count out Canada or something like that. But I still like Bulgaria or Hungary better here. You know, with these avenues of trees, they're kind of like very organized in the way they're planted. I do actually prefer Hungary here. Even though I don't recall ever seeing like a fully snowed over road. I'm going to go for it. Oh man, it was just Russia. I mean, it did cross my mind, but I just didn't remember seeing anything like that. And so, yeah, 400 points. That's where we would have lost it. So we could say if I didn't screw it up, it would have been a 12. So that's pretty solid. Let's see if we can get next though. Maybe there's another good streak left in me here. This one's like kind of strange. Initially I thought Argentina. Now I'm thinking like, and then I also thought New Zealand or like South Korea. So It's kind of my thought process thus far. I think actually South Korea would fit with these trees. A lot of like kind of pines. There's winter coverage as well and hilly, so I'm going to try it. The dirt road is a little strange, but we are correct. 64 kilometers away. Okay, good start. This one feels rather like Malaysian pole. I would say this might actually be a Malaysian pole. That might be a black sticker there. I'm willing to risk it while we're on one. Ends up being correct. Okay. Next one here. Italy? Came to mind at first. It's very flat. It could actually be Baltics because of the flatness, or even hear me out, Netherlands. You often see these big metal kind of power lines in Netherlands. The flatness of it has to make Netherlands a good possibility here. But I don't know why they don't have a line on the outside of the road. That's the strange thing. I'll say this is like Netherlands or Latvia. The house kind of reminds me more of Latvia, but I'm going to go Netherlands anyway. Anyway it is. Okay, let's go. That's a good little result there. We haven't had any Australia yet. I'd like that. This one, we got the sun to the north, southern hemisphere. This looks like Chile to me. We've got a eucalyptus tree here, or a bunch of them, but yeah, I would say this fence reminds me much more of Latin America, and these hills could also fit for certain regions of Chile. South Africa doesn't really feel like a good possibility here. I wouldn't say it's Argentina. It doesn't really feel too Argy to me. And I mean, if it's Australia, then bugger me, you know. So let's just go in Chile here. Ends up being correct, right in the right region as well. Let's take it. It's good. We're back on 4 here. I've been pretty consistent in this video so far. We have a bunch of birches here. Where do we think this is then? I would say Baltics are fairly likely, but I think Russia actually may be more likely than the Baltics, all things considered. I would say it's like Estonia or Russia, or maybe even like Sweden or Finland. Don't really feel like those are too likely. I might actually go Russia here. I could see even Ukraine or maybe even Canada here, but that's basically all the ones I think it could be. And it ends up being in Poland. Okay, there we go. So birches are relatively common in Poland, so I could have gotten it, but really I was going to guess all the Baltics before I went Poland. It felt quite cold. So another 4. It's going solid. It's going solid here. Can't lie. So let's continue on here and see if we can make some magic happen still. Could happen. This feels like Europe, and because it's round 1, I'm just going to go Czechia and be done with it. It ends up being in Belgium, so unlucky. I mean, right latitude, but not really worth too much over there. Green plates here. I would say this is Canada. I'm going to go for Saskatchewan. It was. Next one is New Zealand. This is a New Zealand pole. Very New Zealand landscape as well, I would say. So I'm just going to go near Auckland here. And wow, look at that guess. Beautiful stuff. I know my New Zealand landscapes well, apparently. Maybe, kind of, not really. Okay, that was a bit of a degeneration of my self-praise. But this one feels like Ghana to me, I would say. I'd say it feels like northern Ghana, quite dry. Kind of like a hodgepodge of different like trees. It could also be Senegal. I consider that. I do consider that. It's unfortunate that we don't have any number plates here. Could that be a blue number plate on the back of that motorbike? The problem is that I think it's a blue motorbike, so it makes it really hard to tell. But I may actually go for Senegal here. Poles feel more Ghana though. I have to go with Ghana. I think Poles definitely feel more Ghana. Ends up being correct. Excellent. Oh, I accidentally hit spacebar twice, so it was correct, but then the next round was South Africa, so we just count. We're still on 3. That's good. Okay, good. I hate that glitch so much, but this one feels kind of Mexican. I would say this feels Mexican more than anything else. The poles are weird though. Could it be US as well? Feels a bit weird for US. This kind of like patchy grass on the field doesn't really feel USA to me, but I'm just not familiar with these poles, so maybe it's something I'm not considering at all, like Argentina or Chile or something. But I think I will go for Mexico. Overall, the mountains in the background do fit. And we were actually in US. Okay. Near Denver there. Okay, so we end up with a 3 on that one, and you can see I guessed in the same spot twice there because of that glitch. It's a really, really bad glitch. They should totally get rid of it, but I mean, hey, maybe they're watching this and they will because of your old mate Zigzag, but this one feels rather Hungarian to me, so I might just go straight for it. Yeah, I'm just going to go straight for Hungary here. The architecture fits, so it is. Good. Okay, so let's see if we can build back to another 10 here. I would love to get a 10. This one feels a bit dry. Is it Southern Hemisphere? Some may indicate that we are in the Southern Hemisphere, in which case I would say South Africa, with an outside chance of Botswana. So that's what I'm going to go for here. Ends up being correct. Wow, that's a nice guess. Like, a lot of these ones have been low clues. Very pleased with how I'm going overall. This one feels like Philippines, actually. I'm just going to go for it. Definitely it has like a Filipino vibe to me. It's correct. Wrong part of the country, but we'll take it anyway. And this one... This one I'm not quite sure about. I would say Brazil is most likely. Where's the sun then? Sun doesn't really appear useful. I'm going to go for Brazil here, but I'm not really sure where to put it. That's the problem. Parana? No, just some... Yeah, that dodgy gen for South Africa. We hate it. We hate it, man. Why did they update the coverage? Terrible idea. This one is interesting. Why is that street sign on the ground? It almost struck me as possible to be Iceland here, you know? I'm not sure if Reykjavik would look exactly like this, but... Denmark obviously uses those signs. I don't know if this feels very Danish, though. Hills in the background seem a little tall for Denmark, I would say. I guess we could be in like a weird region of Sweden or Norway that I didn't know uses these signs, but could it be Iceland? I kind of want to go Iceland here. Is that weird? Maybe this is a terrible guess, but I'm gonna try it. We'll see. Oh man, Faroes. That's why it felt so northern or so remote or whatever. Okay, so Denmark would have actually been a fine guess, and I guess that explains the street sign on the ground. I didn't think I'd ever seen that in Iceland, but I was just going off what I thought the round actually looked like itself. This one, I'm just going to go for US. I'm not really sure if that would actually be correct. Canada. I mean, at least we didn't get that round like later on, because I think that would have been a tough ask. This one feels maybe like US or Mexico again. I'm gonna try it again. Let's see if I'm wrong again. No, it's actually correct this time. In Idaho. Let's get one more good streak going for the video here. This one felt maybe... This feels like a concrete pole here, so maybe Ukraine or something? Slovakia? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Slovakia is more likely. No, it's not a Slovakia guardrail. So maybe Romania then. I don't know, it feels like one of the three, but to me, maybe Romania is more likely here. I'm gonna try it. Ends up being Romania. Okay, glad I worked that out. Oh, this is nothing, isn't it? Concrete house. Maybe Colombia. We got the ferns. I feel like the concrete house plus ferns would equal Colombia here. Dude, that was a Beatty house, but even still, I probably should have done better than that. The ferns you see all along the north coast of Turkey like that. So, okay, one more good streak. I'm saying good is like 4+. One more 4+ streak before we end it off here. This one feels rather... Where? Cambodian or something? That's the best I can think of here. I mean, why not? Let's try it. Ends up in Cambodia. Okay, nice. Dude, I keep on pulling the nice guesses out. There's no doubt about it. This one feels like white painted bottom of the pole. I guess it's Brazil or like maybe Dominican Republic? Could DR work here? So like concrete pole like that. It feels a little... Does it feel thin for a Brazilian one? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. It's painted at the bottom, maybe in more of a way that I would associate with DR, maybe. Like brightly colored houses? I actually may go for it here. I may go for it. This might look silly if it's Brazil, but I'm going to try Santo Domingo. And it is just Brazil. Damn it. Okay. Well, yeah. It had to be one of the two for me, and yeah, I just couldn't quite remember what a DR pole would look like in that circumstance. So I might go very flat here. Very flat. I might trust a flat meta and go Netherlands actually. Yeah, I realized the road quality probably wasn't quite good enough to be Netherlands. You generally wouldn't have patches on the road like that there. This one is Turkish bollards on the road. Fairly similar region to that, I would imagine. Yes. This one should be Eswatini or South Africa. Leaning South Africa, I would say. Sizanani. Yeah. I don't know. I think South Africa is more likely here. I'm just gonna go for it. Maybe near the border though, so we don't look silly when it's wrong. Oh, come on. Man, that's so annoying. I always do that, bro, but it looks so South African. We must have been looking into South Africa, to be honest. Aish. Bro, I can't stand for that. All right. One more good one. Surely we can manage it. All right. So first one here. We are in Tunisia, I would say. Black plates. So yes, this will be Tunisia. Very good tip. I find myself sometimes forgetting things, you know, and I forgot about Tunisia black plates the other day. I was like, how did I do that? It's too useful of a hint, you know. Rocky kind of soil here. I did wonder about San Marino initially here. I would say it's San Marino or Italy or maybe like a weird Portugal or something like that. Wow, am I going to waste a guess here and go San Marino? I mean, here's the thing. If we go San Marino, it's wrong. We can still go for a nice score if it's Italy anyway. Okay, that's my cope for if it's wrong. Oh, yeah, it was just Italy. Okay, well, yeah. I should have just guessed in Italy, bro. Like, Italy is so much more likely. Why did I do that? Okay. Mexican pole? They don't really feel like Mexico to me, but I guess if we were like right in like the greenest part, it could be. No. Yeah, I should have gone Brazil. I don't know. That was like, you don't see that pole too often, so I don't hate that guess. But big ditch here on the side of the road. I guess I might go Colombia here. We haven't had any yet in the video. Chile. I mean, a big ditch like that is like, yeah, some hard rounds in a row at the moment. This one should be Canada or US. I lean Canada here. I'm not sure where, but yeah, it was Canada, right on the border with Maine. This feels like, I don't like this round. It's hard. Cambodia or Thailand? Maybe Cambodia for this one, actually. Well, these trees feel more cold climate, though. Do they? Where would we see, like... yeah, I'm gonna go for Cambodia. Thailand, maybe. Thailand or Cambo? It's difficult for me to say which. I'm gonna go for Cambodia. It was my gut instinct. It was Thailand. I knew it should be near the border. But, okay. Well, this is gonna be the last seed. Let's just play a seed out here, because I've not been successful towards the end here. Northern Hemisphere, though. I would say... I've had so many wrong Colombia guesses this video so far, but I still want to say it anyway. Maybe it's actually going to be in Malaysia. I think Cambodia is... Look at these little stickers here. I'm actually going to go for Malaysia. Let's see if it's a good switch. What? Okay, well, we can't start with 0 points, obviously. Okay, this is the actual last attempt right now. Let's see what we start off with. Hopefully it's good. Okay, so it feels maybe... Walls around all the houses here might feel Nigerian. I don't think it's impossible. Yeah, Lagos could fit here. Yeah, The pole's kind of round, which is interesting. Why all the barbed wire? Africa definitely makes sense with a lot of barbed wire around the houses. And it is in Enugu. Okay, shoutouts to Kingsley, my friend. This one will be somewhere in Japan. Go for here. Ends up being a bit further south near Tokyo. Okay, building. This one feels like Uruguay or Brazil. I'm gonna go for Uruguay. Dirt road coverage. Let's go. Okay, right near the border there, just probably 15 kilometers away. And this one feels like... Okay, this one feels sun to the north, southern hemisphere. It's not Australia though. I think it's South Africa, not Australia. Doesn't really feel like South America to me. I would say this is South Africa, yeah. Could be Eswatini or Botswana. Probably Botswana is more likely than Eswatini. I could actually see Botswana. I could see a good argument for Botswana over South Africa here. Might just guess on the border for that reason. But I'm going to go for South Africa because it was my first thought. And even though some of these trees do really feel quite Botswana, I feel like this kind of like loose elevation, like this kind of slight elevation and kind of agricultural setting kind of feels more South African. Man, it's just over the border, as I said. And then the last one of the video here, we've got a fairly Argentinian / Uruguayan looking round again here. And I'm going to go for Uruguay on the border this time. So let's see if we ended off with a bang. Another 50-50 loss. So there we go. I mean, that was a nice video. I still think I pulled a bunch of nice guesses, which made it worthwhile to stick to the end. But just annoying. Some of these 50-50s you have to be getting more correct than I was, and yeah, it probably would be more, like wouldn't be that flat in Uruguay, so I should have gotten that last one. But this one, I mean, both of them are gettable. I feel like, you know, if I just practice this map a bit, then I will be getting those much more likely. But in the meantime, thank you very much for watching, guys. Appreciate all the support recently, and I'll see you guys in a video very soon.